What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I want to have a serious conversation about black men in struggle love relationships. And we always hear what the women have to say, they're tired of being this, they can do bad all by themselves, and they don't need this, they deserve better. And when you hear the Mary J. Bliges of the world sing about this, the Keisha Coles, and that whole slew of Tony Braxton, and singing the damn blues about how some man has treated them bad, you never really get to hear the experience of what men are going through. And if you really want to be honest, the majority of people who are more likely to stay in struggle love relationships are men. And the reason why we know this is because being married to a lot of these ladies out here is hell on earth. Okay? I've talked to many black men. My grandfather was a black man. My father's a black man. I know how hell on earth that these men had to deal with in certain marriages. My dad was married twice. My grandfather was married 3 times and was married to my grandmother for over 50 years. He died in 2018. And he used to always tell me that she had no idea what she was talking about. And of course, he didn't have the luxury of, going to a bar because he was a church deacon. So he had to deal with her every day sober. Okay? Some guys have the luxury, and I do mean when I say that, to drink, stuff like that, maybe drink themselves into the next day. Some guys are dealing with this sober. And a lot of guys are staying with women because of the kids. Right? It's because of the kids, and I get it. But I want to talk about Ray J because Ray J knows that he's not compatible with this woman. Okay? Princess Love is not a woman that has been raised to be marriage material. If we want to be honest, a lot of black men and women have not been put into situations where they are marriage material. They're nice people. They're great individuals. But when it comes to this whole thing about collaboration and understanding the dynamics of sacrificing for a relationship, sometimes it's one person more than the other, and the person that has to sacrifice the most in any relationship is with men. So we make the biggest sacrifice. But many times guys will see red flags initially and continue to deal with it. And I'm talking to black men because obviously once you get kids and once you have bought a house with her and once you've done all these things in your years in, I'm gonna be honest. At that point, you might as well stay. To a certain degree. You afraid of losing your money? Well, if you leave it, you're going to get it. So, for some guys, you might as well stay. Some guys, if you be like, I'll just, for the sake of your kids, it depends. But, if you stay, I understand because you got kids, right? You don't want your kids to be growing up with her crazy self without no damn daddy. I get it. But I want to talk to black men. Why didn't you take heed to the fact that those red flags have been there? Like, she talks back. She, got an attitude. She petty for no reason. She don't pay attention to detail, and that's the worst thing a man can do is get with a clumsy woman, a woman who don't pay attention to detail. You can't build nothing with her. She's, she doesn't know. It's okay for a woman to be confused, but then again, she has no real structure to her life, no real system of doing things, can't buy into your system, but you knew this already. You don't give this woman a baby when you see these things, and you thinking because well, that's just how she is. I love her, I'll make it work. But you don't have to deal with her before you go deeper into the situation where you're gonna have your emotions tied up with her. You're gonna have your money tied in with her, because once you get married, it is a business now. You're supposed to get her out of there, as soon as possible. And I will tell a lot of you young guys this: stop trying to prove that you can work through tough times with a person who ain't worth being there. And obviously Ray J don't like this lady. Keep going back and forth with her as if things are gonna really change. Now, you've been with her all these years. That lady ain't gonna change for you, bro. And to be honest, most women ain't gonna change for y'all. Most women have been shaped, grounded, and their idea of the world is usually, for most guys, like that before you met him. Ain't nothing you can do about it. By the time you meet him, that's it. By the time you meet him, that's it. Okay? Either they have, it's just like being the NBA player. They gotta be able to play and have the tools. All right? They gotta be able to play and have the tools. They can improve on those tools, but the basics already gotta be there. Think of yourself as being a general manager. Okay? The tools gotta be there. You look at anybody in the NBA draft, scouting, they gotta be able to do certain things very good. Now, the things that they can't do good, they have to be willing to work on them. If you're not the man that woman feels she needs to improve on those little things that she does to stay with you, let her go. Because you at this point, now you're wasting your time, you're wasting her time. And a lot of you guys out there have been in relationships when you're younger, or know people like this. Then at the end of the day, what you end up doing is you end up breaking, going back, breaking up, going back, breaking up, going back, breaking up, going back, breaking up, going back. And now you keep going into this whole struggle up thing, which to me is beneath a lot of guys, because it's not gonna change. It'll get better, y'all will be cool for like a week or a month, and then the same problems that you've been seeing in her is going to come back. Now, once you get kids with her and all that, it's a little bit too late. And then if you leave her, then there's child support. Some of you guys would rather pay it, right? You got kids. Then here you go with the buffoonery of she ain't gonna let you see your kids no more and all this other type of stuff. So then now you in too deep at this point. But if you recognize that these are some of the clashes that you don't like, you can't deal with them. It's off the table. Stop having sex with her. Stop sleeping with her. Stop messing around with her. Let her go right now before it gets too late. A lot of guys can dodge their own bullets in life right now. Why are you waiting until it gets too deep? And then when it gets too deep and then your emotions get too invested and you start getting there and y'all love, you got kids involved, you got families involved, you got a business involved, now you're miserable. Don't matter how much money you got, you're miserable. So then that's how things happen. That's how big fights blow up, people get killed and all this other stuff. Look, let her go. Because you should value yourself more to keep going back and forth with a struggle relationship. Before I get kids, before I get a ring, you need to get up out of here. And they can pretend all they want, but you're gonna be able to see that, all the type of things they're talking about for the most part, you're gonna be able to see that they can't pretend too long. If you with a lady for a year, that lady can't pretend for over a year. The problem is listen to what I'm saying, you are going to overlook her problems for a year. That's the goddamn problem. That's what you're gonna do, because you're gonna be out there simping. You're gonna overlook the fact that she been had a problem for all these goddamn times. And so what you're gonna say is, oh man, well, wooty woo, she ain't really that bad and it ain't that big of a deal. No, it ain't that big of a deal now. And you didn't check it at the door, and you're not compatible, especially if you're a guy that's inexperienced. young man, worst thing you can do is get with a chick, man, her daddy wasn't there. I mean, if you really want to make it hell on earth, just get with somebody, man, who daddy wasn't there. Granddaddy wasn't there. Just mess your life up, all right? Just get ready for the roller coaster. Emotions, tied up, crazy, can be deranged. Some of them, not all of them, but you know what I mean? It's different, but just go ahead on and mess your life up. Then you come to the manosphere mad as hell, wanting to know how this shit happened. Then we're gonna come back and tell you this is exactly how it happened, bro. Like, this is what's going on. Y'all niggas need to start understanding there's a lot of brothers is going through stuff that they don't need to go through. You're going through all type of stuff that you don't really need to be doing. And you keep going back and forth into these damn relationships. Like, why? Just let her go. Let her go. You can get somebody else that you on another level. She might not have a nicest booty. She might not have as nice as top. She might not have the nicest top, you know, the brain, all that. But you can get along with her. And I'm telling you, as you get older in life, you're gonna like being able to get along with somebody over bending the mold. You're gonna like your peace in your house over that. That's the most important thing. Men need peace, especially the black men need peace. And you can't have no peace if you're dealing with struggle love all the goddamn time. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the situation to the top, the Patreon, all the other information. Guys, I really thank you for your support. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Don't forget the black men are perfect t-shirts. Peace.